We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. New questions about DJS Secretary Vincent Schiraldi and his crime strategies. Coming up, the report that outlines a major security violation under his watch. And the race for Baltimore City Mayor is getting a little bigger. Coming up, the new name that's being thrown into the mix. And Trump takes New Hampshire. How that win makes history and what it could mean for the Republican Party moving forward. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. We begin with breaking news about the 2024 election. The race for Baltimore City Mayor is getting a little more crowded. After months of speculation, former Maryland Deputy Attorney General Tharu Vignarajah, you see him there, he's throwing his hat in the ring. This is a live look downtown where he is getting set up, getting ready to lay out his campaign for the Democratic primary. He's run 3 failed campaigns in the past, 2 for Baltimore City State's Attorney and 1 for Mayor. But he says this campaign will be, quote, different. Well, continuing coverage now of a report from the D.C. Inspector General's office. The report, uncovered by Fox 45 News, outlines a major security violation involving Department of Juvenile Services Secretary Vincent Schiraldi while he was working in Washington back in 2008. The report details a barbecue at Schiraldi's house in which he invited youth offenders from a maximum security juvenile facility without any handcuffs or restraints, and one of the juveniles allegedly escaped from his basement. Law enforcement experts say the report outlines just another example of how Schiraldi's juvenile crime strategies have fallen short.
You can't sit down and give these kids a lollipop. You know, they only learn from being treated with tough laws and being sentenced behind bars.
Shannon Lilly brings us a closer look at the report from D.C. and the concerns surrounding why Schiraldi would host an event with such clear security risks. Shannon.
Well, so far, neither Schiraldi nor the governor's office has responded to questions about this probe. But we are hearing from retired U.S. Marshal Johnny Hughes, who's calling these findings disturbing.
You can't sit down with these juveniles and have cupcakes and crumpets and milk. I mean, many of these juveniles, they're more astute and more dangerous than adults. To me, it's just thinking not in a normal manner.
Now, this all happened in 2008 when Schiraldi was director of D.C.'s Department of Youth Rehabilitation Services. According to the investigation by Washington's Inspector General, Schiraldi violated the very security policies he was supposed to be enforcing when he had 3 unrestrained offenders transported to his home for a cookout. In fact, investigators say Schiraldi even objected to placing the residents in physical restraints during that transport. Then, once at the home, according to the report, one of those offenders was permitted to go to the basement unescorted to look for his phone and ended up escaping. That offender not recaptured for another 22 days. In the end, investigators ruled that Schiraldi violated 5 departmental policies, essentially saying he put his personal feelings above his responsibilities. And according to that report, Schiraldi himself admitted policies were violated. Reporting this morning, I'm Shannon Lilly, Fox 45 News, Midday.
Lawmakers and police in New York are also questioning Schiraldi's crime strategies. He spent 7 months as the corrections commissioner in New York City before coming to Maryland. While he was in New York, he oversaw operations at Rikers Island. An independent court found leadership and accountability within the State Department of Corrections were severely lacking. A police union leader argues that Schiraldi pushed the system at Rikers Island to its breaking point.
He came in here with this mindset of providing everything for the inmate population and not providing things that we needed. You know, wasn't concerned about our well-being at all. So he made it unsafe for us. He created armies in these housing areas. He really put us at a very disadvantage and made the job more dangerous than it ever was.
I can't believe somebody would hire this guy yeah, to what we've been through in New York City. It just shows you there was a lack of really vetting this person.
Fox 45 News asked the governor's office about what steps his administration took to vet Secretary Schiraldi and if the governor is aware of the humanitarian crisis on Rikers Island. So far, we've not received a response. That brings us to our question of the day. Do you think Vincent Schiraldi is the right person to lead DJS? So far, 97% of voters say no. Head to foxbaltimore.com/vote to weigh in. Making international headlines, the U.S. has launched more airstrikes in the Middle East. The U.S. military said Tuesday strikes targeted 3 facilities in Iraq and 2 anti-ship missiles in Yemen. The Department of Defense says the strikes in Iraq were at sites that were involved in attacks on U.S. forces in Iraq and Syria. Officials say the equipment targeted in Yemen belongs to the Iranian-backed Houthi rebels. A Russian plane carrying Ukrainian prisoners of war has crashed. Russia's military said Wednesday that the transport plane had 65 Ukrainian prisoners of war on board. Officials say the plane crashed Wednesday in a Russian region near the Ukrainian border. And Russia's state media is reporting that the POWs were being transported to the region for a prisoner exchange. Ukraine has not commented on the incident. 11:06 now. Here's a look at today's top trending stories. Trending number 1 in a city in crisis. A 6-year-old boy is stabbed to death in South Baltimore. Police say the child was stabbed multiple times in his back. He died at the hospital. Detectives are calling it a domestic incident and say it appears the boy was stabbed by his mother's boyfriend. They say a person of interest is in custody. Trending number 2, Baltimore County's fire union says staffing shortages are putting residents at risk, and they point to a fire in Catonsville as an example of why the county's current system isn't working. Crews responded to a house fire on Lambeth Road in Catonsville yesterday with someone trapped inside. Now, they were able to rescue the victim. He was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. But according to the department's current policy, 2 engines are taken out of service on weekdays on a rotating basis due to staffing and overtime issues. Ambassador to the United Nations, and Trump won South Carolina's primary during his 2016 presidential campaign. Reaction on social media about what's going on there. Trump's victory in both Iowa and New Hampshire solidifies his dominance in the GOP, making him a formidable force in the upcoming election. Another person saying, America act like they don't remember. Dude is horrible. Johnson & Johnson is agreeing to pay $700 million to settle an investigation of how it marketed its talc-based baby powder. The settlement follows years of lawsuits and probes into the safety of the powder. Various lawsuits allege the powders caused development of gynecological cancer or asbestos disease. The company no longer sells talc-based powders, but still maintains that they're safe. Your reaction? J&J has been settling this thing for like 10 years now. Another one saying that took a while, but at least this is a big check. Oh boy. All right, let's see what you're saying. Exciting times ahead. Another one saying, I'm not a wrestling fan, but could see myself watching some of it if it's on Netflix. Well, still ahead, another scare on a jet. A passenger looks out their window and sees bolts missing from the wing. What a further inspection found. And we're taking a closer look at the state's cannabis laws, why some in Annapolis say the current laws may impact police officers' ability to do their jobs. 11:13 now on Fox 45 News Midday. 11:15. Look at that. We're back with a live look over the Inner Harbor. A cloudy start to your day, and we could see a few showers here and there coming up. We're going to check in with meteorologist Justin Chambers for a closer look at your game day forecast. In your Session 2024 coverage, Republican lawmakers are pushing back on parts of the state's cannabis laws, which they say impact police officers' ability to do their jobs. Olivia Dance joins us with what those lawmakers want changed. Olivia?
Republican lawmakers are hoping to make changes to the state's current cannabis laws. Today, there's a hearing happening right here in Annapolis on a piece of legislation to prohibit someone from smoking or consuming cannabis in a car with a minor in it. That proposal already has support from both sides of the aisle. But in addition to that, there's another piece of legislation Republicans are pushing for, which would change the wording in the state's cannabis odor law. Delegate Jason Buckle says they are trying to change the wording in the current law that prevents police from searching a car based on the smell of cannabis.
Our bill essentially would change that and would allow police officers a little bit broader discretion without saying that every time you smell marijuana, that's justification for a full-blown search, but it can be one of the factors that goes into your investigative activity.
To me, it's no different than drinking alcohol in the car that is illegal, and you should have the ability to search the car.
Delegate Buckle says that tough on crime legislation is a tough sell here in Annapolis, but he hopes the bill is a success. For now, reporting in Annapolis, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
Making headlines, another scare on a plane. Take a look at this. A passenger saw some screws missing from a plane's wing. Virgin Atlantic actually had to cancel a flight after a passenger on the plane noticed there's some missing screws. This in England. Upon inspection, 4 missing fasteners were observed. Engineers were called to carry out a maintenance check on the Airbus A330. The CEO of Boeing is on Capitol Hill today, answering to lawmakers after a door plug flew off mid-flight this month. It comes as federal investigators continue to look into this month's incident.
We will look at everything from manufacturer through delivery and past delivery. We cannot rush through this.
The FAA says it has increased oversight of Boeing and is now asking airlines to check door plugs on their MAX 737-9 planes. Boeing says it'll pause production at the plant that makes the 737-9s tomorrow for quality control. The affected aircraft remain grounded. As the Ravens prepare to host their very first AFC championship in team history, if you're watching the game from home, we've got you covered. Mark Clark went to the Brass Tap in Baltimore for an up-close look at all the food that will make your house the best host. Mark.
With the Brass Tap with Barry, and everybody needs tailgating ideas because we're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to win this weekend. So, Barry, you've been nice enough to share some of your insight in the tailgate food, right?
Well, thank you, Mark. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's all about the party. We're here for the football, but you got to have the party to go along with it. Party, okay. And if you're going to have the party at home, you got to know how to put together a spread that's going to make everybody happy.
All right. So, what do we have?
Okay, so we've got some chicken wings. We've tossed this in buffalo sauce. Everybody loves chicken wings and watching football. You can't beat that. We also got some nachos here. I have these in chafing dishes. You can put these together with stuff you can get just in the grocery store. You don't have to buy these expensive chafing dishes. But you can still keep stuff warm.
You did the steak nachos.
I did the steak nachos. Yeah, well, I figured for you. And then here we've got some sliders. These are great. You can use a Hawaiian roll. I just threw some ham and cheese and mustard on there. Nice and warm. The cheese is melty. Easy to eat.
I love it.
With your fingers. And for something a little more substantial, I've got an assortment of burgers here. We've got with cheddar cheese or with pepper jack cheese. You got to have some bacon. If you're a bacon eater, obviously you can skip it if you're not. And the whole idea is to have a nice big spread so that everybody can have a good time.
I love it. And wash it down with a cool libation. Or you can always come and see Barry and party with him.
Yeah. Enjoy one of our 60 beers on draft.
Wow, I love it. Mark Clark, Fox 45 News. Let's go Ravens.
Let's go Ravens. I'm for that. It's time now for your wild and wonderful weather with meteorologist Justin Chambers, and he's got a sneak peek at Sunday's game day forecast. Justin.
really pretty shot here. This is over Denver. The sunset captured as that sun is setting over the Rocky Mountains. We probably won't see much of the sun over the next couple of days, but that is a great shot there. And we always love when we get your pictures in as well when you chime in. Our numbers here over the next few hours are going to stay in the 40s, and we keep the cloud cover around some of those low clouds, maybe even some mist throughout the day today. Really, the rain is not moving in until we get to Thursday, but a high of 47 today will still be in the above average category. Sun will be up, even though we won't see it much until 5:18. Those daylight hours are definitely getting longer. So average high is 43. We'll see those temperatures that will be mainly in the mid 40s for Westminster and Bel Air over to Cockeysville, 47 in Baltimore City, upper 40s, even potentially some lower 50s for you out toward the eastern shore on Wednesday afternoon. And the further south you go, the warmer you get. Richmond could see those highs in the lower 60s, even 50 in D.C. expected this afternoon. Now, all of us will get in on some of those warmer numbers by the time we get into Thursday. You see that number there at 59. And then mid to upper 60s expected on Friday before those numbers fall back off into this upcoming weekend. Here's our future scan. Staying dry for most of Wednesday night, Thursday morning. That's when the rain rolls in, and pretty much off and on showers for most of Thursday afternoon into the evening time. That second or last round of rain comes in early Friday morning. It's out of here by midday Friday, and we'll actually get some of the downsloping winds coming off the mountains that will help to dry us out and warm us up. We're cooler behind the front on Saturday, but staying mainly dry. We will get a few showers around for that AFC Championship game on Sunday afternoon. Most of the rain is going to come during the morning time, and then also when you are leaving the stadium after halftime. That's when more of that rain is going to roll in. So here's that 10-day forecast for you. 40s, 50s, and 60s to wrap up the final full week of January. And then you can see those numbers fall back a bit. Only 49 on Sunday, mid 40s through the early part of next week, and then we'll get some lower 50s back as we head toward February.
Well, still ahead, Apple is out with a new security feature. We'll take a closer look at the iOS update. And the post office is going green. The new push to add electric vehicles to its fleet. That's just ahead. And a big night of all new primetime. First at 8, it's I Can See Your Voice. Then at 9, it's We Are Family. Then at it's followed by Fox 45 News at 10, and follow that by the late edition at 11. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News Midday. 11:25. Don't miss this. Applebee's date night pass sells out in seconds. The $200 weekly pass sold out in under a minute when it went on sale Monday. The pass is valid to use 52 times and covers up to $30 of food per use. Well, if you've got an iPhone, listen up. The company just announced a major security update, and it is now available for you to download. Stolen device protection adds an extra layer of security by creating additional steps to access information. You'll be asked to use face or fingerprint scanning to access data or make any changes. And for more sensitive actions like changing an Apple ID password or turning off the stolen device protection itself. The U.S. Postal Service has unveiled its first set of electric vehicle charging stations. They're at a new sorting and delivery center in Georgia. The stations allow the vehicles to charge overnight prior to the next day's deliveries. Throughout the year, the Postal Service will convert 400 sites into similar sorting and delivery centers. USPS is planning to have 66,000 EVs by 2028. That's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle. Up next, Mark Clark back to tell us what they're working on.
I love it. Maybe we'll get to the mail on time. It might be freezing out, but I'm sure you see a lot of kids wearing shorts. Coming up, what parents and pediatricians are saying about this. And is staying at home a mom? Is staying at home a mom's job? These stories and more coming up on Be More Lifestyle.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
Hey, what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with influencer Chima from Chima Eats. Good morning, everybody. Let me tell you right now.
Happy Hump Day.
A dad on TikTok is going viral after claiming that being a stay-at-home mom is easy and not a job. The dad claims he's not trying to knock stay-at-home moms, but says after staying home with his kids for 4 months, it was easy. He went so far as to say moms can nap and watch TV in their free time.
Oh, he
didn't. A recent study found if a stay-at-home parent were to be paid for their work, it would be equal to $184,000 a year salary. Now, I understand. I was Mr. Mom for 6 years.
Yes.
And I mean, now it depends on how you plan it. Now, are you cleaning the house? Are you taking care of the kid? You know, if you ain't cleaning the house and stuff, it's one thing, but who has the time for a nap when you got the kids?
Come on.
Chima, what's your take, sir?
You know, professionals make things look easy.
Yeah.
You know,
there
so
you go.
You have moms who are working basically their butts off.
Yeah.
But doing it in a professional way, so it looks easy from the outside.
Facts.
Right. But you don't see like that duck that's like gliding on the water, but the feet going crazy.
So you can see.
I love that. It's wisdom, a lot of intelligence.
Thank you, Dr. Chima. Lady T, what's your
If
take?
this man had said this to me, we would have caught a case. I cannot believe he thinks that being a stay-at-home mom is easy. I don't think he was doing every single thing that a stay-at-home mom does.
I feel that's
I feel like he left a few things out because the amount of time they rip and run, and they take care of those kids, and they do all those things. And I'm like, it's so much more to it.
I think women think differently than men.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're right. I think what happens is women. So what I'm saying is, so even if you clean the house, you know, moms get the clothes together. They're doing the laundry. It's a different mindset.
I want his wife to leave him a list.
Okay, we want you.
And we
to
want to see if you tackle that.
We want to talk to her.
We want to talk to her.
We want
Let's
you to
get her feedback.
Is being a stay-at-home parent a job? Vote now on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. Now, it might be the dead of winter, and we just had some snow, but some kids are still rocking shorts. It's a common complaint among parents, but is it safe? One pediatrician says it's mostly a way for teens to express themselves and get attention, and if they're really cold, they'll put on the pants. Now, I'm from the Midwest, and I will say, you know, that's not uncommon to see teenagers wear the short. But again, now you ain't playing in the shorts, you ain't playing snow. It's just kind of like, I think sometimes it's just like being a young person.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Chima.
Yeah. Kids are going to be kids. Kids are going to be kids, right? And adults have to be adults. So.
Well, okay, so now, Lady T, you from the islands,
Don't play with me. Don't even play with me.
You from a warmer place. So I'm sure, what about this? Do you wear the shorts?
I've ever seen this is when I went on University of Maryland College Park's campus. Is it true when you when you're driving on the campus and you almost hit the kids because they just going across the street and they have shorts on, but that's like a college thing. I noticed like a lot of those the younger folks, I was at the Rotunda the other day at Warehouse Cinema and a guy who opened the door for me, he had on shorts and I was freezing my tail off and he just had on shorts and I was like, you know what? Maybe he's having a hot flash. I don't know. Maybe he's
theory at the University of Maryland because I think if you see teenagers wearing shorts, they also are probably playing hacky sacks.
Oh, okay. Do you think they're athletic or something, or it's a mess?
Soccer or hacky sack.
It's a mess.
Okay, today is National Peanut Butter Day. And
is
there
it really?
may not be nothing that divides people more. The big question, do you like creamy or crunchy peanut butter? The early Incas and Aztecs created the first peanut butter around 1000 BC, but it was more of a taste. Peanut butter as we know it today wasn't introduced to audiences until the 1904 Universal Exposition in St. Louis. Wow, so like Jesus had peanut butter breath? That's what I'm tripping on.
Jesus was like, here's the Last Supper, like, pass the peanut butter.
They're like, and he was like,
unleavened bread.
How does that smell, Jesus? It's peanuts. Okay.
That's crazy. So creamy or crunchy?
Yeah, Chima, you look like a creamy guy.
So for me, I'm allergic.
How does someone look like
I'm allergic to peanut butter.
What?
I get pimples.
I didn't think they made y'all to like, what happened? When I was growing up, nobody was allergic.
I feel like we just got very honest.
Lady T, are you also allergic?
I'm not allergic to peanut butter, but my mouth does kind of swell up when I have.
What is going on?
But I developed it when I got older. When I was younger, PB&Js were fine.
You young people.
And I do like, I don't know, I like creamy and crunchy.
You breed of young people.
I don't know.
Because now peanuts are killing people.
Because I like nuts, though. So I really like nuts a lot. And
okay.
I do.
Back to you,
Specifically walnuts.
I'm not saying nothing.
Walnuts.
Don't say anything.
I like the big nuts, the walnuts.
Okay. See, Okay, we're going to see you later in the show.
I feel like we're not on the same page here.
Lady T, you have been kicked off the show. So
man.
Remembering,
I'll be spilling tea tomorrow, though. I'm back.
Remembering our loved ones.
Yes.
Coming up, how changes in the funeral industry are making it so you can honor your loved ones in a more personal way. First, no one likes it, breaking down on the side of the road on a cold winter day. Coming up, the handy new roadside tool will help you move and get you moving.
And the peanut butter that's there to help.
Yes, Lady T has been kicked off the show. Okay, more of the show coming up. Chima's coming back. Lady T's not.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
A flat or low tire on a cold morning is a major irritation. Gina Gannon from American Steals and Deals has a money-saving deal on a tool to get you moving without a trip to the gas station.
The following segment is sponsored by Naki.
Haven't we all been in that situation where as soon as you get in your car, that tire pressure light goes on, then it starts blinking, then you have to go to the nearest gas station, and you just hope that someone's there to help you fill your tires with air? Well, thanks to the folks at Never Go Flat, you don't have to worry about that anymore. This is your emergency 3-in-1 peace of mind kit, knowing that you never, ever will be stranded and you're always going to be prepared. That's what I love so much about this. So you can actually inflate your tire on your car, your truck, your bike. If you have pool equipment, if you have sports equipment, it's awesome. Even an air mattress. This does the job, which is so great. It also has an emergency floodlight, flashlight, blinking light. On the back here, it actually has a USB port. So it's just great that you are always ready no matter what happens. I was very insecure when it came to this kind of stuff, but now I don't have to be. So if you're ever stranded on the side of the road, this is your assurance for you that, again, you are good to go. Every year, there are 33,000 tire-related accidents. So this is your peace of mind. You give it to all your family members that you love, making sure that they are always prepared. And that's what the folks at Never Go Flat really want to see happen. So right now we're offering 31% off on Never Go Flat. Head to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Shimunek Funeral Homes.
Funeral services have evolved, especially in the last 80 years, and they continue to evolve. Here to talk about the dynamic field is John Evans, General Manager of Shimunek Funeral Home. John, how are you?
I'm doing well, and thank you for having me.
Definitely. Can you tell us about Shimunek?
Shimunek Funeral Home has been proudly serving families in Maryland for more than 80 years, and we strive to make a difference in lives with comforting and caring hearts and providing direction at a time when it's truly needed.
And so, John, as somebody who's dedicated your life to this profession, what are some of the biggest changes you've seen?
Probably the biggest change is in the service itself. Many families today don't want the traditional service. They want something more customized, personal, and that's what we do. We help to create a personalized service to help tell their life story and really create an uplifting service.
And, you know, Jan, I've been through this process, and so you've been in the funeral and cremation business for many years. What made you join Shimunek?
I find our services are unparalleled. We have a very dedicated, caring staff that, as I say, they really look to structure a service that's individualized for each person, and I'm really blessed to be on a team like that.
I've discovered many people aren't comfortable discussing their final arrangements. They don't even want to talk about it. Can you give us some tips of, you know, for designing the final farewell that best pays tribute to the life? Because it is important. It's really difficult to think about sometimes.
Absolutely, and it starts by having the conversation. You know, we've all talked with family and friends to say, well, when I go, I want a big party, or I don't want people looking at me. But it's more, you have to put those thoughts into a plan and let people know and get something concrete so that they know how to carry it out.
And so, John, how do you go about pre-planning? How does that process start?
Well, the best way is to reach out to our funeral home, speak to one of our funeral directors who's trained and seasoned in working with people in advance, and they'll take you down the steps of the information that we need to gather, but more importantly, getting your wishes known. They'll get to know you and help you create a service that's unique for you.
And you know, again, it's not, you don't like to think about it, but having it all laid out, it makes it so much easier for everybody involved. And so if somebody's watching right now and they want to start the process, where should they go?
Well, call Shimunek Funeral Home. You can call us at our Perry Hall office at 410-256-3600, or in Bel Air, 410-638-5360, or reach out to us on our website at www.shimunekfuneralhomes.com. From there, you can download a planning guide, or you can start the process of getting your thoughts together, and then when you bring that to us, we help you put that into a plan.
Well, John, thanks for joining us. This powerful information is so valuable. Thanks much.
Thank you.
A live look outside as we head to break. Coming up, a sneak peek of Sunday's game day forecast as we count down to the Ravens' big game against the Chiefs. But first, if you'd like to know the hottest places to eat in Baltimore, Virginia, the DMV, I got a guest that's going to share where you should go. Stick around.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
And with about 150,000 followers on Instagram, Chima Eats is my guest. And Chima, you are officially the DMV's, Baltimore's, Virginia's foodie. For me, at least.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you. And thanks for having me here.
Definitely.
It's definitely an honor, and I'm really grateful to be able to speak on this topic because it's an important topic for food.
And so when you were at Morgan State, did you think you turned into be this foodie guy again with all these followers and people kind of seeing what you're presenting?
It was far from it. Yeah, foodie thing was not. I was taking 21 credits a semester and trying to get through business management. But marketing has always been my thing. So I have a real estate firm. We do property management, sales, and investments. And so the marketing aspect came from that, with servicing clients, helping people sell homes. That it's always been about marketing for me. So once I got into this by fluke, I was at a restaurant downtown, and I took some pictures, I shared them online, and then the local government agency posted them, and I was like, wait, if it's this good, let me put my own page together.
Well, let's keep it real, man. You do a great job, and again, as somebody who's in media, I was like, does this guy have a camera crew? You're like, no, I do it with my phone. I'm like, what? And again, for those who haven't had the experience, tell us what you kind of do, because basically it's not usually you have a couple of different restaurants and different themes, and then you feature them on your Instagram page, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So I go out and I try to capture places that people don't traditionally know about. It's not the common areas, but I do mix that in with your hot spots, places that tourists might come to. But then I go off the beaten path sometimes just to find that new restaurant, that eclectic restaurant, that different restaurant, because my goal with the page is to really introduce people to more experiences, right, outside their comfort zone, outside what they're typically known for. It's like taking DC to Baltimore, or Baltimore to DC.
Yeah.
Right. And I think someone has to do it. So, and for me, it's with real estate that takes me everywhere. You even see London on my page. London posts, Nigeria posts. So, with that exposure, I figured, why don't I share this with the world? Why don't I share this with everyone? And that's what the whole purpose is.
And since you went to Morgan State, you're familiar with Baltimore. What I like about it is you show places I had no idea existed. And you know what? Give Baltimore some love.
Yes.
Let the world know why Baltimore is so photogenic and why people love to show the images of Baltimore.
Baltimore is so special. When I say that, and I don't just say that because we're on air, Baltimore is so special in that, and there's been so much negative press, about movies and things like that, but Baltimore has character that you don't find everywhere. You can't find character, and character is what goes deep, right?
That's true.
And so you have a lot of chefs from Baltimore that when they go out, they blow up. So Baltimore is actually producing a lot of if you go to DC, I can name several chefs in DC that came from Baltimore.
Well, Chima, I got to cut you off here again. Chima Eats on Instagram, right?
Yeah,
and everywhere.
Chima Eats, yeah, everywhere.
Where
Instagram, TikTok, Threads, YouTube.
Chima Eats.
Social media, Chima Eats.
I love that. That's our time, but you'll be back. Chima Eats. Go check it out, okay? Now, time now for your best weather in America with meteorologist Justin Chambers. What's up, Justin Chambers?
Beautiful picture here. This is just up the road from us, from our friends in Lancaster, and that's a shot of the Susquehanna River where you can see there's still some snow that is around there, but it looks really pretty as we see that sunset or sunrise, depending on the time of day. But yeah, overall, you can see those clouds looked really pretty right there. And yeah, we still have to deal with some of that snow hanging around. We're going to see mostly cloudy skies, not a lot of the sun that we'll see for today or tomorrow for that matter. Even though our temperatures are staying near average, we're going to be quite a bit warmer with that rain rolling in on Thursday, and that's really going to kick up our temperatures and help with that snow melt here as we get toward the end of the week. So over the next couple of hours, mid to upper 40s, keep the clouds around, possibly a few misty conditions here for some, but overall the rain is not really until Thursday. High temperatures in the mid 40s for Westminster, Cockeysville, and Bel Air, 47 in Baltimore City, upper 40s, possibly even some lower 50s for you down toward the southeastern shore in areas in Talbot and Caroline County, and even 50 in D.C., down the ocean looking at 51 there in 60s in Richmond. Now, our temperature tracker, upper 50s tomorrow, mid to upper 60s on Friday. That's going to be some of the warmest temperatures we've seen, obviously, this year, but in a while. And then those numbers do fall back down closer to average for this upcoming weekend. In terms of our rain showers, the rain really not until Wednesday night, Thursday morning. You'll see more of that rain for your morning commute and through midday Thursday, and then a little bit of a break here before another round of rain rolls in Thursday night into Friday morning. That should be out of here by midday on Friday, and behind that cold front, the drier air will come in, and that's what will help to warm us up. Then we'll realize some of those cooler temperatures by Saturday afternoon. And it will be cooler for the game on Sunday, not nearly as cold as what we saw this past weekend. We're looking at upper 40s for kickoff. Rain showers look to be in the morning on Sunday and also on Sunday evening. Actually, it looks like right now we're going to stay dry in the middle of the day, which is right around game time at 3 p.m. All right, here's that 10-day forecast for you. 40s, 50s, 60s, then back to the 50s and 40s. Temperatures kind of all over the place. Heading toward next week, a little bit cooler, but those 50s start creeping back in for the first couple of days of February.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by The Joint Chiropractic.
As many Americans focus on health and wellness in the new year, they may not realize how conscious breathing and chiropractic care can reduce stress and improve quality of life greatly. Dr. Steve from The Joint Chiropractic joins us now to discuss the transformative powers of conscious breathing. Dr. Steve, what is one of the best ways to start taking care of your health in 2024?
Well, it's the start of a new year, and a lot of folks are setting new resolutions, and usually people think about eating better, exercising more, and they often overlook breathing exercises as a healthcare routine that can really have a great impact on their overall health. Integrating these exercises in your day-to-day can help reduce signs of anxiety. It can help you manage stress, or even give you little boosts of energy that I think we all need throughout the day.
So, Doc, what are some breathing exercises we can do to incorporate into our daily routine?
There's a lot out there, but one quick, easy one for everybody is called alternating nostril breathing. This is really common, especially if you practice yoga. You might have already heard of this, but you block one side of your nose, do some deep breaths in and out through your nose on the other side, then block the other nostril and repeat the same thing through the other side of your nose. Doing that once, twice, even 3 times a day can really help out.
How does this tie into chiropractic care?
Well, as you're doing breathing exercises, a lot of people's bodies tend to relax, so it can help relieve a lot of muscle aches, pains, issues by taking stress off of your muscles. Additionally, poor posture can actually impact your breathing. So if you're slouched over, your shoulders are tight, that doesn't allow your rib cage to move as well, which impacts your overall breathing. So through routine chiropractic care, by getting your body moving better, by increasing flexibility, you're able to move your rib cage better and get more out of every breath.
And so, Doc, again, so in and out through the same nostril. Don't breathe out through the mouth, correct?
Correct.
And then also
you got it.
Postures up. You're going in and out through the nose, and you should feel a little different after that, right?
Yep. Grab a little bit of time for yourself. Okay. Meditate, think about it, and you should be feeling renewed, ready to go again.
I love it. So where can our viewers go for more information?
For more information, you can visit thejoint.com.
I appreciate it. Thanks, man. A dad is taking some serious heat after claiming that being a stay-at-home mom is not a job. Coming up, your take on all of it and who is right. A dad on TikTok is going viral after claiming being a stay-at-home mom is easy and not a job. The dad claims he's not trying to knock stay-at-home moms, but says after staying home with his kids for 4 months, it was easy. We wanted you to tell, is being a stay-at-home parent a job? You guys are saying, 80% saying yeah. Okay, so it is a job. Okay, got a great show lined up for tomorrow. If you're single, listen up. It's a common dating mistake, and many don't even know they're making it. Coming up, the new trend that's helping singles find love.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@foxbaltimore.com.
And as always, thank you for inviting us into your home. Make sure you follow Be More Lifestyle on all our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. No, I'm joking, all that stuff, okay? Have a great one, and we'll see you tomorrow. Go Ravens. It's Go Ravens every day this week. Let's go.